Alright, abusuafo ye mamu nyina makwa abaso nkosoba POG Media so yeso se ne dey kan hwe dwumedi abe like no subscribe no share dwumedi ama afofo so inside to me akabi, and do not forget to click on the notification bell so be any update be able drop bia no won so inside ebe to me akabi no wasan so actually why no e comment section wo ama yenso yehu wo opinion about this matter ye be kan enkomo yi abusuafo ne yensem brepini yemonra ensem do ne de be so so ne bara ensem do yi mo e de ni e kire NPP. Abusunya NPP yenya yinim say eye omo prepare for omo flag bearer elections no. Abusunya we am akwa twetwe nsempia aba abonten ate say eye one of the strong politician NPP producer aba abonten say NPP ye mistake no de abano emma Kenedy Agyapong oba resign. Say oba resign free party mu kra ate say omo nten ho pampan kra busunya yenko ne yenko te ensen mu enchirimu.
Big secret revealed. The Kenedy Agyapong Atachia Heathrow Exp0sė. Kenedy Agyapong is a man who speaks his mind. Sometimes he can be so vituperative that people come back with a backlash, insulting him back. Kenedy Agyapong wants to be the next president of Ghana. He tried it once and failed. Many were those who were surprised even at the feat that he got to, though he failed. This time round, all the statistics in the country are saying that there are two very important horses that are tipped to win this race in the primaries of the NPP. Kenedy Agyapong and Bawumia. Bawumia is a lot ahead of Kenedy Agyapong, according to the statistics and the pollsters who have come out to tell us some of the polls results they have. Now watch this now. Now Kenedy Agyapong is a man who many people say is not fit for office. Recently, my brother, my sister, he was proven to be a really strong contender in the race for the flag bearership of the NPP, a party that lost power so disgracefully after destroying this nation. Kenedy Agyapong wants to be able to rewrite the story of the NPP. First and foremost, he says that though he's from the UP tradition, where Kwame Nkrumah is not respected and not truly regarded, he loves Kwame Nkrumah and believes that Kwame Nkrumah is the greatest man who ever lived in our political system. My brother, my sister, this is Kenedy Agyapong. Now, Kenedy Agyapong has been busy going around campaigning so that he could be picked up as the flag bearer of the political party known as the NPP. And time after time, controversies come up. The other day, he granted an interview to a radio station that I had a stint with, Sky Power FM, right there in Takrady, my brother, my sister. And when he granted that interview, many were those who were shocked. There's a gentleman called Atachia. Samuel Atachia is a lawyer. Lawyers call each other learned friends. This guy and Kenedy Agyapong attended the same school, secondary school at the Saddle. And according to him, Kenedy Agyapong was so good with economics, whilst he was so well informed about literature, English literature. So for that matter, he would teach Kenedy Agyapong English literature, and Kenedy Agyapong would also teach him economics. He created a certain scene, as if to say they were like Jonathan and David in the Bible, very good friends, until the real caboodle started. He is in the camp of Bawumia. He believes that a president of this country must be elected. One, he must be very constructive. Two, and at the same time, he must be a statesman, well branded, who is not on Akuffo. He's gone on the campaign trail telling everybody that we must look for a president who will not go to the UN and disgrace the nation with words like motherfucker. And my brother, my sister, he was throwing shades at Kenedy Agyapong, who has used that kind of word and even more in the media landscape right here in Ghana and beyond anytime he gets angry. Atachia also said that we must not go for a president who has a bad temperament. He gets angry easily. And again, he was referring to Kenedy Agyapong. He just came out after an interview convincing himself, should Kenedy Agyapong win the primaries of the NPP, he would never go on a campaign trail. Watch this. If Kenedy Agyapong wins, I will not campaign. That was the same thing Kenedy said. He said, if Bawumia wins, I will not campaign. And Bawumia won. He swallowed his words and went back on the campaign trail. And we saw the two of them on a bus. My brother, my sister, a photo of them. Kenedy talking to Bawumia. This is the photograph. Probably telling Bawumia, you know what? Let's put the past behind and let us work for our party to come to power. Unfortunately, Bawumia did not win the election. Now is the turn to go for yet another flag bearership race. And Atachia is uttering the same words. Should Kenedy win, I will never campaign for this party. Come here. Watch this. No. Kenedy Agyapong is not happy with what his former classmates said. They are 2 years apart in terms of age. Kenedy was born in 1960. And this gentleman here called Atachia, my brother, my sister, is a gentleman who claims that he's a very good lawyer and therefore he's ready for some sort of decency. Can I tell you more? My brother, my sister, Kenedy Agyapong has spoken. He granted an interview. And in that interview, he has kept Ghanaians talking. But we are always ahead of the people. We have done our research and we are bringing you more information. Listen to what Kenedy said about the motherfucker comment from Atachia. He had lost his voice because he had gone so much around the country talking. He's even lost a lot of weight. My brother, my sister, listen to Kenedy Agyapong as he spoke to Sky Power FM. He spoke in Twi. Those of you who don't understand, when we return, we will be translating that. Watch this.
Atachia, can I respond or no? Why I'm not going to respond to Atachia? I say, even President Akuffo would dinner term at Heathrow Airport say he is not fit to be president. Heathrow Airport. And that time, Akuffo won. It did not want to say, why not Kukudro? Now, FAD Akuffo the minister, Okoji. Yeah, but this time, first, we call and come first worker. Or I will shut them one. And the filthy words, or most of the World Bank, in Simamakan, the filthy words he used to describe Akuffo Chirame London Heathrow Airport. And he said, Onokura wanu free Kurobako. Otumi the dinner term anyway I did matter I'm nobody. And I'm not going to respond. But Onkai so or conscience Onkai as someone or catching him Heathrow Airport. Madam, is so nasty about Akuffo. I've never said nobody and I'm never catching Akuffo. You never have made him a minister. But I didn't say anything. And I'm not responding to anybody. Whether I'm just staying focused. What do I say? I'm staying focused. Where the distraction? One person here now can be now only message. In the Kenedy Agyapong on your presidential material when you say Sabre I mean Kasei, no respond. Oh, my expose room. No inefficiencies. because they were waiting for Kenedy Agyapong. When we meet him, and say, "You better dimatem and my book for now respond no more issue." And then they don't have a message. They are not telling Ghanaians what they can do, or the delegates what they can do. And you know, my sister, I have a vision, I have a dream for Ghana. And if I'm given opportunity, speed up with the Ghana for the core development, you have no idea.
My brother, he said, if Atachia and Akuffo Addo come from the same hometown, and they are both from Achimeboakwa, and he met me at Heathrow Airport in the United Kingdom and used those terrible words of insults on Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo. Who am I? I am nothing to him. I am not going to respond. If I had told Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo what this guy here called Atachia told me, the insults he held at him in secrecy in front of me, Nana Addo would have never ever made him a minister of state. These are the words of Kenedy Agyapong in that tape. So he labeled Atachia a hypocrite. Number two, an opportunist.
All right, for or family no nana when you go so I watch and best say unsubscribe, ya be subscribe. No like no share media. I'm out phone so answer it to me akabi. And do not forget to click on the notification bell so be any update to be able drop bian. One so answer a bit to me akabi busia for or family no same people so kodwa. Yanko nemko and some do the tuja.
A tree, a liar. He said he would not respond, but he ended up responding. What did Atachia tell Kenedy Agyapong allegedly at Heathrow Airport? Kenedy said he wouldn't say it, but we have a way of finding out. He said it's so nasty. If he had told Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo that this was what Atachia said, he would never have been made a minister. You want to hear it, don't you? Come here. My brother, my sister, I have spoken to people in the Kenedy Agyapong camp to find out if Kenedy Agyapong ever told them the exact words Atachia used on Nana Addo, allegedly right there at Heathrow Airport. They said, yes. Can you tell me that? And I got the response. Now, in 2015, according to members of the Kenedy Agyapong team, names withheld, Kenedy Agyapong and Atachia, both politicians on the NPP divide, met at Heathrow Airport on their way back to Ghana. And Kenedy walked up to Atachia and a conversation ensued. He said, what are the prospects of our party coming into power? This was 2015. And Atachia said, no prospects. How can this man no son so ko ye hwe milk gu nanum kra na ni nyina be hwe agu fom. In other words, how can this guy here, whose mouth leaks with saliva, overflows with saliva, ever be president? Is that one to a presidential material? Even if you pour milk into his mouth, everything will pour out. But that is not so serious. This is the serious one now. Come here! What is next? Atachia allegedly also said that Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo Addo, at the time a candidate, that this guy that everybody in the area knows as a guy who would wait when his house is very quiet. Then those little girls, those girls who go around selling granules, he will look at them and see the one which is a little matured and call, brah. She will come and he will look at the granules and say, your friend was saying, you mention me tonka tianina. If I call inside, mommy, the rest is history. Allegedly, according to the camp of Kenedy Agyapong, these were the words of Atachia. How can this man whose mouth overflows with saliva, that when you even pour milk in there, everything would come out of his mouth like that? He can't keep his mouth shut. This one too, can he be president? A guy that everybody in the area knows to be calling granite sellers, granite as they say in Nigeria. Oh yeah, no, 2 CDs, 5 CDs. I'm buying everything. Take it into the house for me. The rest is history. Did Atachia say this? The rest of the bit there is nasty. According to the Kenedy Agyapong camp, this was what Atachia said that Kenedy Agyapong doesn't want to repeat. Did Nana Addo do this? Did he ever do that? It reminds me of Wuntumi sitting on his radio station and TV station, declaring the president of the republic a child molester, a woman molester. My brother, my sister, and everybody condemned him in Ghana. He came back later after he started facing the vicissitudes of life, when the long arms of the law started coming after him for desecrating Nimiri Forest, to apologize to the president. Did Nana Addo do this? Why did Atachia say that? There is an old African proverb that says, when a fish comes out of water and tells you that when the crocodile sleeps, it snores, who are you to say it's not true? Do you live in water? People who live in water are telling their story and you are crying. It's the same thing with the two of them coming from Achimegbuakwa and telling their own story. My brother, my sister, Kenedy Agyapong says, if he had told Nana Addo Dankwa Akuffo that this was what your own countryman, your own brother, your own Achim brother said about you in the run-up to the elections, things would have happened. Sadly, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on where you are coming from, what divide you are on, Nana Addo won the election that year. This was 2015. 2016, bam! They were in power. And when they came into power, Atachia was picked up to become the Minister of Works and Housing. And he accepted it. According to Kenedy Agyapong, he shamelessly accepted it. According to him, he wanted to walk up to him and say, for all the nasty things you said about Nana Addo, how his mouth leaks with saliva, how when you stand in front of him and he talks to you, he will bath you with gallons of saliva, and how he lures granite sellers into his house for whatever caboodle. You have still gone ahead to accept a post from him after not giving him any chance. Kenedy Agyapong says, if he can say this about his own Achimegbuakwa brother, who am I? We are way ahead of the rest. We go deep, we speak, and we get the facts hard and fast. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. It looks like there's trouble in the NPP. Atachia says he will never campaign should Kenedy Agyapong win. Would Kenedy Agyapong campaign if Bawumia wins? Already they are at each other's necks. Tribalism, religiosity, my brother, my sister, everywhere there is chaos, confusion. No, ayabasa. It's the blackboard, aka kukushonamo. And here we speak to
you. For the moon, I must have some atmosphere in some pie the best more. You best say unsubscribe, you best subscribe. No one like no shade media. I'm off from so inside to me, Akabi. And do not forget to click on the notification bell so there be any update to be baby and one so inside to me, Akabi. Can who say POG Media say we bring you the best political news, quality, and we my Ghana Mwasi. It's always be on POG Media, so never picking up best political news. Send a bear, keep updated. I would the air, the air, Ghana man. Simu, abusuafo Akroma medase.